Hey everybody, Eric MN Twins 28 here. Got a little vlog update. It is July 15th, 2026. It's a hot, stinking one outside. It's in the 90s here in Minnesota. We got the AC running. It's crazy. I'm not going to talk about the heat. I'm not going to talk about Mother Nature in general. I am going to talk about something that just came up in the House of Representatives. Some moron put a bill out to permanently place daylight savings year round. So basically, we wouldn't be falling back in the fall, we wouldn't be leaping forward in the spring. It would stay exactly the way it is if this becomes law. This is the dumbest fucking idea that they could come up with when there are more important needs to discuss. They tried this, okay? This has been tried and done and failed back in the 70s. Nixon signed into law. He signed it into law. It was January of 72 or 3, I believe. I just saw this stat earlier today. I posted something about it or shared it. Somebody else posted in depth on X. Signed into law. So they didn't flip the clocks back. They just stuck with it. Daylight savings. Within a matter of a few months, not even a year, they repealed it. It was back to normal. Spring forward, fall back. Because of all the accidents that were happening in the state of Florida alone, there were 8 deaths of children because of distracted drivers. Because in the summertime, or in the winter time, excuse me, this was in January of 73 or 4, they were daylight savings ahead. Daylight did not come up until almost 9 in the morning in the wintertime. And 8 kids in the state of Florida alone died because of this. So they ended up repealing the Save the Energy Act or whatever it was back in the day. And they went back to what we've been doing for years now. Studies have shown that people tend to do better on standard time sleep rather than daylight savings time sleep. And it's been proven safer to be to have sunlight come up earlier than later in the day. So it passed the House last night overwhelmingly, but it's definitely it's meeting some opposition in the Senate. There's actually Republicans that are not for this, and this is one of the very few times, write this on your calendar, that I'm actually supporting some Republicans. This is a bad idea. This is going to cause, if this passes the Senate by some reason and the president signs it, this is going to cause a chain reaction. There's going to be a disaster. There's going to be increase in accidents. There's going to be increase in injuries and deaths. It's going to be ugly. I know people are saying, well, times have changed and technology is better than it was in the 70s. Lighting is better. Vehicle safety is blah, blah, blah. No. There's still going to be idiots out there. There's still going to be accidents. There's distracted driving worse now than there was in the 70s. We have people on their fucking phones causing accidents in broad daylight and at nighttime. This is a disaster waiting to happen. It needs to be shot down. If they're going to get rid of time change, go back to standard time now. I got no problem with that. If they want to say, okay, let's modify this bill, the time change when we go back in the fall, standard time zone, then we'll leave it. And just, that's it. They don't like this back and forth. I get it. It sucks, but another thing you need to realize, most people, their phones are automatic. Phones update, or their clocks update automatically, because most things are digital now. It automatically does it itself. There's only a select few times you really actually need to reset it yourself manually, like that clock right there, and then I have one under the TV that an old clock radio, you have to manually do it, but everything else is digital. Computers automatically update. Cars, depending on the car, I guess, the make and model, automatically update. Your phone automatically updates. So people just need to adjust. Of course, the same people that are for it would say the same thing. Oh, just adjust, just adjust. I think it's a dumb idea, and I think it needs to go away quickly, and hopefully the Senate is smart enough to shoot this bill down. There's data proving that this is a bad idea. So that's what I thought about that thing. As long as we're on the topic of political, there's something else I'm going to talk about. The shocking passing of Senator Lindsey Graham. In controversial fashion, there's a lot of hinkiness going on. He was just over in the Ukraine not too long ago, touring a drone plant, and there's supposedly some stories that same plant that he visited was bombed by Russia. Supposedly the hotel he was staying at when he left was attacked. And then he comes home and a couple days later supposedly found dead in his Washington, D.C. apartment or wherever the hell he is. They're saying it was like a medical issue, but there's some hinkiness going on with that. As well as Mitch McConnell. He had cardiac arrest or something almost a month ago, and he's been supposedly in the hospital. And there's people claiming he's alive and well and all that, but yet there's no proof. They released a photo of him with his wife. Supposedly he's up in good spirits, but there's people who have, I guess, reverse searched the picture or done some homework on this picture, and they're claiming it's an old picture and it's not proof of of him still being alive or whatever. There's a lot of talk that Mitch McConnell's brain dead. I don't know what to believe. There's a lot of shady shit going on in D.C. But it just shows that Republicans will do anything they can to keep power and to screw the American people. But the Lindsey Graham thing, I'm not going to talk any more about it. I have my thoughts about that whole situation. I have my own thoughts about him in general. And I'm just going to do what my parents taught me when I grew up. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything else. I was going to say something next. I was going to say something on Facebook about him. My thoughts about his passing. But the good side of me, it's not going to speak ill about the dead. That's all I'm going to say about that guy. Because there's plenty in the history books about that man and not good, and I'm not going to get into it. So I'm just not going to say nice. I'm not going to say anything at all. You can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, and that's what I'm going to do. Particularly with Lindsey Graham. Let's go to sports. Let's go something a little more happier. MLB is on a break. They had the All-Star game yesterday. AL dominated, beat the NL, shut them out. Buxton was elected as a starter, but he didn't make it. He had a hip flare up again, so he didn't make it. He was there, but he didn't play. Joe Ryan was there, our other All-Star invite. He pitched one inning, gave up a hit, and struck out two. So great job, Joe Ryan. Hopefully the Twins are buyers at the deadline. The trade deadline's a couple weeks. Hopefully they don't tear it all down like they did in 23 and 24. Or excuse me, in 24 and 25, especially last year. We're one game under 500, but we're in the thick of things. We're doing okay. They just need to keep winning. It's been 35 years since 1991. It's time to go. It's always about the future and next year, all that. Well, it's time to put up or shut up. We had a good thing going in 23, and the pullouts tore it down to right-size the business because they were $500 million in debt. So they take it out on the baseball team, which is bullshit. If you want to make money, You have to spend money and put it into your business. And the Twins are a business. You're not stripping it down to the studs and bringing in a bunch of cast-offs, hoping it'll work, is not going to work. And it hasn't worked. And the Twins' problem this year is the bullpen. We're doing all right. Hitting-wise, we've had some ups and downs. Mostly pretty good for the hitting. And guys are figuring out things at the plate and new positions. Luke Keeshaw's playing in the outfield now. Royce Lewis is playing second and first, and he's figuring out. He's doing a good job at first base, so he might just stick at first base. But they need pitching, and the Pohlads, specifically Tom Pohlad, they need to stop fucking being so goddamn cheap. Give the fans what we deserve. We've waited for a championship for over a quarter of a century, plus 10 years. It's time to go. This team deserves a chance to win. It's third championship in the state of Minnesota. That's fourth overall, going back to the Senator days. It's go time. So, hopefully they spend money on the trade deadline. I got to end this video. Just my lunch is done cooking. I just heard it beep. So, I got more stuff to talk about later. I got an idea for a vlog, another MJ-related vlog. Keep an eye out on that. I think it's going to be a good one. I think you guys are going to like it. And until next time, peace out. And the vlog is over.